From divine Sister of the Light Natalia Alba, beloved ones, as we prepare for a new harmonic cycle, both individually and planetarily speaking, recoding our DNA to match our new frequency space is essential to anchor ourselves in a new timeline. Rehabilitating our time codes and their coordinates to finally disengage from an old cycle is vital, for we are finally moving into a more illumined space, one that many of you support from your already fifth dimensional spaces, through your unique frequency and conscious work. At this time, when releasing is so important to transcend an old timeline, we welcome on the 19th a new moon in Sagittarius to assist us in opening our minds to higher truths, as the only way to embody a more illumined state of being. The moon will align with Venus and Mars, representing the heart, the feminine, and the masculine and lower mind. We are invited to illuminate our lower minds, embodying more clarity about our new journey, and acting with coherence and complete honesty towards ourselves to match our new harmonic timeline. In the moment we know what we want, but we act oppositely by maintaining people, situations, habits, or other things in our lives that oppose our true desires and personal guidance. There will be a personal timeline collapse, impeding us from moving to where we wish to. This is why it is so important during these last weeks to let go, transform, and allow, so we can anchor ourselves into our desired frequency. Sometimes when we are not able to move forward, and it is time, divine intervention occurs, which is what many of you are experiencing now. People, situations, spaces, and all that is not for you are moved from yourself and life. Then you blame yourself for the circumstances and think you have failed. But do not call failure what is divine intervention. Do not call karma what is being divinely removed from your life, for you cannot bear it another cycle. Learn to see the patterns, the assistance, the love, the miracles, and God within you at every step you take, everywhere you go. This is a time for all of us to let go, and everything will help us to transform what is not working. The Sagittarius New Moon will also assist us in this purpose, as it will square Neptune and Saturn in Pisces, reminding us of the importance of dissolving old programs, limitations, ending cycles, defying our minds, what we believe to be impossible, redefining the concept of possibility for as long as we are willing to confront all we fear and move into new horizons. All will be always aligned to what we need, which is not always what we want. As I recently shared, these last weeks of this transformational 9 universal year are key for us to anchor a new harmonic timeline, aligning our heart and mind and balancing polarities, so we can create the life that is now in resonance with our true essence and new mission assignments. For we are within a visionary threshold of infinite possibilities, for us to choose the ones that best resonate with our soul's unique path. During 2025, we have deeply felt the collapse of old personal timelines. We have been literally pushed to leave the old, and many of you have stepped into physical ascension, starting the path of 3D transfiguration and soul alignment. 2026 is the seeding year, as my guides named it. It is a year for us to continue transitioning into the new, grounding ourselves in our new frequency and starting to plant the seeds that will blossom next year. It is an expansion of what we have created during 2025, for many are still traversing an interdimensional passage, a profound planetary shift like never before in our human history, which requires discernment and coherence to always be aligned with where we want to go and transcend what we wish to leave behind. Coherence is essential to remain in our chosen trajectory and higher heart. When there is no coherence due to old programs that keep us attached to old results, people, and situations, we need to reprogram our entire brain, nervous system, and DNA, so our bodies and DNA can release the programs that keep us in a loop, repeating the same old scenarios. We will be tested by opposite forces and our personal lessons, for this is a dual universe. Our mission is not to become polarized or dormant to continue living, but to witness all within divine neutrality, embodying more unconditional love for what we cannot understand, and seed more compassion, letting go of what we cannot change or control, and focusing on what we can govern, which is our consciousness, mind's frequency, focus, our attention, and intentional desire, often very easily manipulated. 2026 is the year of nothingness, the void where everything is being created, a 10th dimensional year, one reduced, where we are immersed in our micro-creational space, a cycle of empowerment, discernment, and conscious manifestation, as our masculine essence will be key to ground and anchor all that the feminine has been giving birth from within all this time, both merging within divine love, in an eternal dance to bring forth our soul's desires. Now we move from ethereal, gradually leaving Piscean waters, to ground our spirituality with Aries, empowering and freeing ourselves from delusions and spiritual distortions, so we can embrace our true potential and sovereignty in this new cycle, represented by Aries and Pluto in Aquarius, which will mark the end and beginning of a planetary cycle. Saturn and Neptune's conjunction on February 20th, 2026 will mark a major planetary shift. When this conjunction occurred 36 years ago, it led to the fall of the Berlin Wall, highlighting the significance of this event on all levels. This new cycle is about awakening the divine masculine, the one who will fulfill in the physical the feminine's visions, bringing both into synthesis, ceasing all labels, judgments, and polarization. For it is no longer about the feminine or masculine, but about both as one, what we came here to restore. 144 flowing in. Saturn and Neptune will continue marking this new era. However, there will be many other significant events, such as Jupiter in Leo and Chiron entering Taurus, that will continue to assist us in completely removing ourselves from our past timeline, retrieving our creative power, and grounding our spirituality, which is how we physically ascend. The mental revolution that began last year, and that is represented by Uranus and Gemini, will expand even more, as it is not until the mind is open that we can embrace higher truths and new technological resources for us to better communicate. Even though not all will be benevolent, it is part of our dual world. We always have the choice to align with or disengage from what we consider non-beneficial to our frequency and personal choice. However, all that we will witness is nothing but an outer reflection of what is taking place within. Recognizing that it is not about the energies or about 2026, but about us, is pivotal to begin the process of creation and interdimensional shift. It is not about 2026, but about the now and what we do in this moment, what will create our next one. It is about taking full responsibility for our journey, consciously healing and shifting our circumstances so the outer can shift. It is about focus, for when we focus within, we truly see, and distractions dissolve, realizing who we are and where our true power resides. What you are thinking, feeling, putting attention into in this precise moment will give birth to all you will experience tomorrow. Nothing else has the power to create except you. The process of creation, personal transformation, and dimensional shift starts within you, and it begins now. See the love, feel the power of creation you are given, and the assistance that surrounds you, and use it wisely to become more love, wisdom, and power for all, beloveds. Within infinite love, from NataliaAlba.com.